Chapter 1. Before the Flood of Memory. In the beginning, before kingdoms rose from the sands and before temples touched the sky, humanity walked beneath the endless horizon of Africa. Long before written language, scripture, or kings carved their gods into stone, the first humans emerged from the cradle of the earth itself. Africa was the beginning. The oldest bones, the earliest footprints, and the first known tools all point back to this vast and ancient land. Deep within the Great Rift Valley, beneath blazing suns and shifting seasons, early humanity learned to survive. They followed rivers through fertile plains, tracked herds across open grasslands, and gathered around fires beneath the stars. These first people had no cities, no empires, and no written religion, yet within them already existed the spark that would shape the future of the world: curiosity. Over time, humanity began to move. Some groups traveled northward through the Sinai and into the Fertile Crescent, where rivers carved pathways into unknown lands. Others crossed coastlines and mountain ranges, moving east into Asia and eventually toward the distant lands of Australia. Generation after generation continued the migration, carrying with them stories, instincts, fears, and fragments of memory from a forgotten beginning. Modern science would later call this journey the out-of-Africa migration. But perhaps it was more than migration. Perhaps, in mythic memory, it became humanity scattering across a changing world while searching for something it no longer remembered. As the ages passed, the climate of the earth began to shift. Temperatures dropped. The skies darkened beneath storms and endless winters. Ice spread across vast regions of the world, swallowing forests and reshaping continents. Massive glaciers formed like frozen walls across the northern lands. Entire regions became uninhabitable. This was the Ice Age. For nearly 100,000 years, humanity endured one of the harshest periods in its history. Survival became the only law. Small groups sheltered wherever they could, within caves, beneath rocky mountainsides, deep inside the earth itself. Fire became sacred. Stories became survival. The stars became guides in the darkness. It is here, hidden within this forgotten age, that the earliest myths may have begun. Across nearly every ancient culture on earth, stories emerge of beings who descended from above and taught humanity forbidden knowledge. The Sumerians spoke of the Anunnaki. The Hebrews told stories of the Watchers. Other civilizations spoke of sky gods, serpent teachers, and divine beings who brought wisdom to mankind. Whether symbolic or historical, the pattern is difficult to ignore. The Book of Enoch describes fallen watchers descending before the flood and teaching forbidden knowledge: metalworking, astronomy, enchantments, and war. In the text, humanity gains power faster than wisdom. If these stories are symbolic, then they represent humanity's awakening. But if they preserve fragments of something older, then perhaps these gifts marked the true beginning of civilization itself. The oldest known tools discovered by archaeologists date back over 2 million years. Primitive stone blades and carved implements found in East Africa suggest that early humanity, or something very close to it, was already shaping the world with intention long before recorded history began. At some point, humanity crossed an invisible threshold, shaping stone into tools, tools into technology, and survival into civilization. Ancient texts offer one answer. Science offers another. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere between them. As glaciers consumed the world, humanity adapted in ways we can barely imagine today. Entire generations lived and died beneath the shadow of ice. Some researchers believe ancient cave systems became sacred centers of survival. Others have suggested that myths of underground worlds and hidden civilizations may have originated during these long ages of darkness, when humanity sought shelter beneath the earth itself. From these forgotten eras would later emerge stories of Hollow Earth, Agartha, and hidden kingdoms beneath the surface of the world. Were these merely myths born from fear and isolation? Or distorted memories passed down through thousands of years? Whatever the origin of these stories, they reveal something ancient in the human imagination, the fear that knowledge can survive catastrophe even when civilizations do not. Yet what remains undeniable is this: the Ice Age changed humanity forever. When the glaciers finally retreated and the Earth began to warm once more, humanity emerged into a transformed world. New coastlines appeared. Ancient land bridges vanished beneath rising seas. Forests returned. Animals migrated. Fertile valleys opened across the Middle East and beyond. And with the warming of the earth came the first seeds of civilization. Soon humanity would build cities, kings would rise, and temples would be erected toward the heavens. The ancient world would begin telling stories about gods descending from the stars, floods that erased entire ages, and civilizations lost beneath the sea. But before Atlantis, Sumer, Egypt, and Babel, there was Africa. Humanity's earliest memories may not have been memories of civilization, but memories of survival. Ice, darkness, migration, and catastrophe shaped the earliest human understanding of existence itself. Perhaps this is why civilizations across history repeatedly imagined previous worlds destroyed before their own began. Long before written history, humanity may already have understood one terrifying truth: worlds can disappear.